gave us the ability to spend more money on recording time and on sets. It was the same thing with drugs. So when we were doing Too Fast for Love, we could afford a little bit of stuff, and Shout at the Devil, we could afford a lot of stuff. And by Theater of Pain, we had roomfuls of stuff, and we were indulging in it, and it was starting to not work.
Our managers basically said, if we guys send you to Europe with what you guys are doing, someone's going to come back in a body bag. And literally, right after that, when we would have been in Europe touring, is when Nikki OD'd.
We obviously had a horrible experience. Vince had a horrible experience. Razzle's family had a horrible experience. Others were it was just a horrible thing to happen.
We kind of started believing our own hype, and we didn't have a good work ethic.
With Razzle's death and what happened with the band around that, there was a lot of sorrow and a lot of confusion. We just weren't sure what we were doing anymore. There's no way around it. It was a horrible thing. None of us will ever forget it. Vince will never forgive himself, and it's hard to explain. You just can't put it in words. Something like that happens. I think the focus on that album was scattered.
Thank God for Home Sweet Home and Smoking in the Boys' Room. Well, there wouldn't have been any songs on that album. If you asked me any other song on that album, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Vince came up with the idea to do Smoking in the Boys' Room. I think that was a reaction to that. It's like, we need something up, lift the spirits of the band, lift the spirits of the fans.
The one song off that album was Smoking in the Boys' Room. That's what broke the band.